Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I hope you guys are all having a very good week. We are definitely, this read is also going to be timeless, because when you read it, I feel like that's when you are meant to hear this, because this particular topic is one of my favorites. And this one is how to attract your twin flames and your soulmates faster. Because currently, on all the research and the articles that I've been reading, I'm finding there's so many discrepancies of also with clients of mine. Luckily, they're like pulling in love like gangbusters, and they're arriving in these lovely relationships, and I'm finding out what sort of is the cohesive mix that makes that happen faster for people. And it's obvious that it's a lack of creating blockages, right? We're not attaching fear, we're not attaching any of those things, desperation, intensity, chasing, because the biggest rule is when we chase something, guess where it goes? It runs away from us. So this is also going to be a lovely idea about how to put any of that stuff on the back burner and just be in receptive mode and await this love that's coming to you, because it really is as simple as putting in the intention, sort of so to speak, putting in your order to the universe, really embracing all the little aspects of it and envisioning it. That's very, very important. Envisioning that manifestation, pretending as if it's already here, experiencing it with your five senses. What do they look like? What do they sound like? All the above, all those things, and then just the release. So we're going to see what guidance we can get to help usher that in faster, because there are ways that the attraction and the activity gets expedited, and there are ways that it also gets delayed. So let's see what we can do to pull in our twin flames and our soulmates faster, because I feel the energy of the arrivals of this so much and so strongly, and we just want to work with that energy. Again, we know what is for us is not going to pass us by. It's going to come directly to us. That's why our angels and our guides are there. So we're going to have a 4-card pick with this, and we're going to use the rings. And so the first ring is going to be a bright blue topaz, if you're a blue topaz person. And I did have a viewer ask, number 2 is going to be yellow topaz. If I could do a ring addition on what they mean on each finger, what power that emits. Number 3 is a simulated ruby, and number 4 is jade. Because there is your right hand is your left hand is the receiving hand, and I'll let you know. I'll do a thing on that after the end of the video. Hopefully this one, if not this one, the next one, because it is a really cool process how that works. Okay, so we're going to start with number 1. I have so many cards laid out there that I'm going to do the 2 main tarot at the very end of that too, so you'll have a total of 6 cards. So let's see what is happening for the blue topaz group. I want you to have a nice visual. It's kind of like things are a little sketchy out of reach, and if the cats come to decide to play, then that will just be that. So yeah, appreciation, absolutely. Very nice. So what this speaks to, and it's quite clear, when we show gratitude and appreciation for what we have, guess what? We get more of the same. So when we really are appreciative with the love of our family, the love of our animals, and everything that's around us, more of that comes our way. That's part of the law of attraction. When we're grateful and gratitude, more always begets more. It is the law of attraction. It is the law of love as well. You ever just see anybody like, oh, why are they always by themselves? They probably emit a vibe. They probably have a general feeling in themselves that they disregard love, so they deflect it. They're probably a highly conflicted person, all those things. We want the opposite of that. We want to choose gratitude, right? You know, it shows a woman in the picture holding a single rose, so she enjoys the scent and beauty of a single blossom. Yet behind her there's bramble bushes. She could be focusing on those, worried she might get caught up in the prickly branches with difficulty. Instead, she's pausing to experience the blessing of the one single flower, right? The sun is breaking through the clouds. It's so beautiful. It's shining on her. She's just basking in the existing beauty, right? Which is so nice. So this card tells us that you have a lot to be grateful for. And like the flowering bush behind the woman on the card, there's more to come that you can't yet see. So congratulate yourself on every moment that you choose appreciation, because these loves, these twin flames, and these soulmates are already in existence. They are simply in another area of the world, state, town, or what have you, and they can be ushered in and brought about and sought out in all kinds of things, social media and whatnot. But what we have to do is, after we envision it and hope for it, is we have to release it by appreciating every little thing we already have, because that creates the abundance, right? The abundance mindset. I have everything. I'm so appreciative of everything. When we're so appreciative and we feel full, loved, and honored, more of that comes our way. And so always in that thing. So as soon as you're like, but, don't have any buts, don't allow your ego to chime in and try to make you think you need more, or any of those things. And then the next is the Queen of Spring. It is brilliant, loyal, talented, friendly. I want to be able to read the little thing down here. It's too far away. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. That's another thing. We don't want to burn ourselves out, get overtired, right? We want a nice balance. So when we have a nice balance, we're enjoying our home life. We're enjoying our brothers, sisters, family, who's ever around, especially at this Christmas time, right? We know that there's people around to help us, so we know we don't have to do everything on our own, and there's people out there with answers, and they want to help us, and that's what Google is also for. Lots of times when I'm doing research and I want some quick, concise answers, I go on to Pinterest, and I'll tap in an article, say manifesting. If I want some more cues on that and how people are working with that and any breakthroughs and stuff like that, you'll get ideas, a wellspring of ideas from one idea. You know what I mean? It'll just be one sentence in that, and I'll be like, wow. So what I feel like this is sort of saying to you is you have two choices in this, right? You can embrace love, abundance, and help, or you can release it or reject it, right? It's always in your choice. You can accept certain opinions, or you can disregard them, right? You don't have to say everything is law, okay? It's time for you to also have a clearance and a gathering. You're going to have a clearance of all your old negative ideas and things that no longer work for you. And you're going to bring in and gather the new, robust, fun, sincere, strong messages that the divine is trying to bring to you. You know, how you're going to achieve this close emotional intimacy, right? And you're thanking the universe all the while for the beauty that they are bringing to you, okay? And let's see what the Witness has to say. I wanted to, and these come from this. This is a wonderful, wonderful deck of cards. The Mystical Shaman Oracle by Colette Baron Reid has just these lovely, concise details, and I like how it sheds a little mystical light, especially in the field of love, because some people find it so elusive and others find it so easy, right? It's all due to the energies that we're permeating out there and that others tap into, and then they're actually magnetically drawn to us when they're on our frequency, and we're pulling them in, and then we don't have to do any work. We just have to be in receivership mode, right? So the Witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulty with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we mirror the other. Then through our presence, they receive their own answers. Isn't that beautiful? That's what I have to do before I begin any private reads or anything that is very precarious emotionally for somebody. I have to sit back and be quiet with myself. I usually like to look at fire at that point. Candles, a fireplace, anything. And it's true, it ignites my passion. It ignites details in my head. It helps me with any kind of conflict resolution, because I'm sitting back and I'm sitting in stillness, right? And then you receive answers, and you'll be able to do that with just being still in your thoughts. It'll be very helpful. So then you also have a new day dawns. That means every day we're given a fresh chance. If we're having a bad day, if something goes wrong, if your car breaks down, if all this goes on, that does not mean the end of the world as we know it. What happens to people is they tend to domino the bad into the bad and the bad. Once we get one low vibrational feel, we tend to move into extremes. This always happens to me. I'll never find, always, never, blah, blah, blah. These very, very extreme exclamations that are not so. They are a temporary condition which will pass right through if we let it, right? We just release it. A new day is going to dawn. We get a fresh start every morning when we open our eyes. Let's start as we mean to go on. Let's show appreciation and gratitude the moment we open our eyes. So this new fresh energy can come in and be available to us to help us usher in our twin flames and our soulmates faster. So let's see what's going on. And temperance. And that's the energy that you're going to be working with, which is great. You're not going to be fluctuating in between two extremes. It's not going to be the always and the never. It's not going to be that super harsh reality, right? You're not going to have so much brevity. You're going to release that so you have playfulness in place of that, right? It's a yin and the yang, that beautiful receptive female energy to allow the masculine energy to flow in. All those things, you know what I mean? Mystical discoveries and clarity and everything is just going to arrive because you're at this beautiful, balanced emotional phase, which is ideal for this. And then it is simply going to arrive because you're not sweating it. You're not trying to get a chokehold on it and micromanage it. That's what our guides do. That's what our angels do. They know the timeline. They know the frequency matchups. So we're going to release that to them and be temperate and realize the new day dawns, and every day there is fresh perspective, right? We never feel exactly as we did the day before, not ever, because we tap into certain energies and then we work with those. My first thought is, thank you, thank you. I just woke up. My heart is beating. My animals are there. My children are there, right? And that's what you're reaching for. And that's raising your vibration. And it's removing old blockages and letting go of old things that don't work for you, right? Absolutely. You know what I mean? It's like no more glitches or bitches on your road to riches. That is you guys. Woo! I'm excited for you. So if you're new, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and also welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back to all my friendly folks that have been there since the very beginning, and we're slowly growing. It's so beautiful. The little gray arrow in the bottom right of the screen, I just had some people today ask me, Melanie, how do I find out where to get private reads? The little gray arrow in the bottom right, you press that, all the links will come up for private reads, my Instago links, my Patreon page, my Etsy store, everything will come up there. So just press that little arrow. And that's you guys. Beautiful. I love that. A new day dawns. Isn't that lovely? This was one of my first oracle decks, and I carried it around in the backseat of my car. And then on my lunch breaks, I would always pull one of those out to me to give myself a message that would just calm me, especially if things got really hectic. You know, at work, I always felt very peaceful with these cards. I like them, and they're beautiful, simple messages, and lovely, lovely. Okay, so next we have the yellow topaz. You guys, let's see what's on board for you and what's a brewing. Ooh, man holding heart. Ooh, nice. Woohoo! I'm actually going to, I already know the basic premise of this, but I want to see the words verbatim, because I've only chose this one other time in a reading, and I thought it was really cute. When I first saw that in the thing, I was like, who wrote this? A 2-year-old? What the hell's going on? But it's really cute. This is male dealings with family, love, and emotions. This tender man sits with flowers all around, holding a heart in his hand. For a man, this signals greater clarity about emotions and their purpose in your life. There could be more balanced approach to family and love at this time, even if these have been confusing experiences for you in the past. So if you guys are already involved and you're just trying to enhance your present love life and get more connectedness, this is somebody who's willing to work these steps with you. And if it's someone who hasn't, that means the approach of this person, and again, how we're going to attract them and bring them into our life faster. We are going to get some clues to that right now. This is the 5 of Summer. Trust that there is a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others, focusing on that which frightens or worries you. And guess what? Frightens a lot of people, and they focus in on the when, I remember just mentioning in a read that it could possibly be 4 months to 4 years for a twin flame to come in. And somebody started losing their mind and like, I don't have that long. That right away pushes back the time frame, because that is a panic, a worry, a mistrust of how the universe is going to take care of us, right? And to know what is meant for us is coming to us and it won't pass us by, right? That anything that has panic or urgency or conflict or old beliefs strangling you, you know, it leaves you bereft, right? It's too heavy and those energies are not flowing light and accepting. You ever notice when you're at your happiest and your calmest and you're doing whatever, you get more and more nice messages, more nice emails, packages at your door. It's like happy attracts, like attracts, joy attracts, all those things, right? Sincerity and divine love and all those things that bring us up. Tranquility, perceptiveness. You know, your emotions and your desires affect your vibration for sure. So you want to just be thanking the universe for your beautiful life so more of this stuff can flow in. Release all worries, because guess what worries has ever brought anybody? Nothing but more worries, because worries attract that. And when you're doing that, you can't be present to all the beauty that is around you, because you're too conflicted in your painful vibrations of what you think you need that you don't have, right? So let's allow magic in. That's one of the big things that helped me get through. The fact that I know every day a new day dawns, that's a new chance at little miracles. And I honestly, since I've began this journey, I've seen so many things that have been so unbelievable, you know, with just animal spirits, stuff like that, that I don't even, it's normal to me now. So it's not even a holy cow moment. I have to share this like, oh, wow, you know, this is crazy. And I've seen people that are unquestionable healers that just blow my mind with the things they do. Other readers out there and the way they are and they exist and their just natural vibrations just blow my mind. I watch certain readers and there's some I absolutely love. I love Hops Tarot. I love Dara Doe. I love She Bear. If you guys have never seen any of these people, check them out. They are unbelievable and they just make you shift internally and go, wow, that type of person is really out there. And you lovely people say that of me, and sometimes I forget that I do have that capacity to come to understandings and embrace spirit, and I disregard any garbage out there. So I have a kind of clearance that I'm liberated of a lot of conflict. So I get new ideas how to solve problems because I'm not weighed down by any convention. Like I'm so outside the box, I don't even know there's a box, you know what I mean? Because I just don't work like that. And when I see other people like that, or they even well beyond that, I'm like, wow, that's magic, man. Because when magic appears, this card, you're invited to see the world through the eyes of wonder and awe. You're taking on the innocence of a child who knows all things are possible, right? The thing I'm saying all the time about limitless possibilities, limitless opportunities, that they exist and they exist in huge amounts. It's mind-blowing. So we know that there's infinite potential everywhere, right, in the great mind. And you're being invited to call in and recognize the dance of synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens that are giving to you through the oracle of the ordinary world. And all of you are already saying, wow, I see 1111s, 222s, I see these birds, I see these animals. You know, you're seeing all these signs. Bumper stickers, things that remind you, like today when I was getting all bent out of shape. Some of my favorite people live in Texas. Hey, Steph. Hi, girls. Hey, Madison. And whenever I see anything on Texas, I get happy because I think of the girls. And I'm like, they're part of my Sense 8 group, my original 8 people that I spoke to when I began this journey. And I get super jazzed when I hear about anything Texas, you know what I mean? And also Australia. Some of my first people were Australians, and I just feel so connected to that land. I find it so beautiful, vast, and mystical. I love it. So this is a sign too that spirit is reminding you that you're co-creating your world in a sacred partnership. Absolutely. And when you recognize that and you address that, you realize your potential for success is absolutely limitless. Your potential to attract your twin flame sooner rather than later and the perfect soulmate faster is very easy. It's an eventuality. It's not a maybe. It's an eventuality. Now is just the time frame we're trying to move up through having the right course of action and thinking, right? Hail, absolutely. When you're honest, when you're authentic, when you work from integrity, when you work from love, you are an open book, and therefore your front door is open, your heart chakra is open, and whoosh, in comes the love. And look, wow, my God, I'm so excited. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, it is your time. And I feel like it's soon. And you guys are ushering this in because you've decided to offer an invitation. You just really are there. You're in receptive mode. Now everything is gently guided to you, right? It's like you have bottomless depths of understanding how it works now. You have strong influence on the ebb and flow of the love that comes into your life because you know where that on switch is. It's with honesty. It's with authenticity. It's with being joyous and spreading love. Wow, you guys, that is so, so beautiful, remarkable. So that's you guys. If you're new, welcome to the channel. And don't forget to press like and subscribe. And then also the notification bell so you know when all the videos come in. Yeah, come subscribe. We have a great time over here. It's a fantastic channel. And then if you want a private read or any of that information, press the little gray arrow on the bottom right of the video. Everything will come down. My Patreon page. Join that too. We have a great time there. It's a really, really cool thing, and it helps support the channel. And I can't thank you Patreon supporters enough right now. You guys are amazing, and you're helping me to help other new readers as well, because as you support me, I'm able to do the old tithing and donate to them and help them as well, which is wonderful. So you guys, welcome, and you're really doing well. You really are. You're realizing, yes, it's your time. You understand magic. You understand the when time is cyclical and you tell yourself you have all the time in the world, you become expansive, and that just opens everything, and your guides and angels just usher this love to you. Because like I told the first group, you know what I mean? You are not having any more glitches or bitches get in the way of your riches. You is ready. You is beautiful. You is getting love. I love it for you guys. Amazing. Look at this guy. He's like, hi, I'm Fabio. How are you? I'm good. You want to go on a date? Okay. So cute. So love and light to you guys. And wow, really, wow. I'm amazed and I'm happy for you guys. So get ready. Remember, all it takes is just, I don't like the word so much hope and faith, because it's not. It's a knowing. It's a knowing that you're tapped into source and magic, and that you are a spiritual being just trying to be human, and we love love, right? And it puts us on our highest vibration. Once love is sort of ushered in, we become a different, joyful, beautiful person. Did I miss this for you? Oh, there you go. And to top it all off, know your power, right? The power always resides in you. Nobody can influence you, make you feel bad about you except for you. So choose to only listen to you, because your higher power will always help you along. So know your power, plug into it, and just go on the journey. It's beautiful. Amazing. Alrighty, so now we're on to group number 3, the simulated ruby. These help Ian as markers too. So let's ruby, red, the color of love. So again, how can we attract our twin flames and our soulmates faster? It's all in the energy and what we're projecting and what we're putting out there, right? It's like you want to put yourself in a position to be receptive, you know, in your emotional pursuits, to keep them happy, spiritual, light, and be a person of wisdom and understanding, right? Because we have a lot of spirit connections, intuition, and inspiration surrounding us every day. So when we choose to tap into it, it's going to help us. Oh, look at the Karen connections. This is another thing. When we realize and we're cognizant of the fact that we have all kinds of loving connections around us, when we think of love, we actually start to release those chemicals, the endorphins, all the things, the feel-good chemicals in our body, and that creates more. And how do people behave when they're in love and happy? They're gracious, they're loving, they're opening, they're sincere, they're strong. It's just remarkable, you know what I mean? They drop all heaviness and pessimism, and they are just completely giving, and it's a lovely optimism, joy, and confidence that surrounds us. And that's what we get when we know about friendships, partnerships, and possible love. It shows a couple in a tender embrace in this card, right? With the woman holding a blossom of new love. Like the community card, this reveals a caring connection, but usually between these people only, the couple, right? The card signals the beginning of a deepening of a kindred spirit friendship even the appearance of new love. So you guys, you could definitely have your time frame pushed up and be attracting your twin flame and your soulmate, because your vibration is high, your heart chakra is open, you're in the beautiful yin, feminine, receptive mode, whether you're male or female. It's all about receptivity. We're not chasing and we're not trying to track anything down. We are not hunting things. We are simply sitting and letting it come to us, right? Love it. When the card appears, be on the lookout for new connections presenting themselves. The relationship you already share may become more intimate and purposeful. Notice the opportunities to forge new and deeper bonds. There may be tender karmic connections at hand too. So I feel like everything's in the wings. Just pretend you're on the stage, right? I feel like all this love and suitors and potential twin flames and soulmates are waiting in the wings, and they're just waiting for their curtain call. And the way you do that is you just put yourself in receptivity mode, and you're calm, happy, with a high vibration, and then they just simply show up. You know, they're ready at the curtain call. The High Priestess, trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. So yeah, this is also about just slowing down a bit to listen to the present cues that come to us, right? Like, I know I'm at my best if I'm like just staring into a fireplace or the ocean at something and I don't have distractions, especially if I don't have electronic devices always near me, because a lot of times I'm under hot lights when I'm filming, I have bright lights, I'm answering emails, I'm on a lot of devices and a lot of electronic things, and it starts to affect us, right? We're magnetic people. We're made of water, we're magnetic, all these things, so we can go off kilter. So in order to really listen to the messages that come into you and trusting your intuition is to have some silence, because when you have too many outside voices trying to influence you, talk to you, talk at you, talk around you, you forget that what the universe is giving to you is gifts. It's not throwing things at you. It's not doing things to you. It's giving you offerings all around you for you to choose from, right? Nothing is happening at you. It's happening for you. That's what the High Priestess reminds us, right? So we're like, oh, it's a different perspective, right? It's a much more beautiful perspective than, you ever hear somebody go, well, they did this to me, they did that to me. Nobody really did anything to you to put you in the emotional state. They simply did something. They behaved a certain way. You chose to react a certain way. You know what I mean? So if we realize that things are just going on around us and not to us, it's a much more simplified aspect to look at. So let's see what the ancient ones have to say. That took me a while to absorb too, you know, like, I was never ever like someone to put myself in victim mode, but if I was around, say, narcissist, I have a really hard time functioning around them, because it's almost inconceivable to me that somebody could care solely about themselves. It's just not, is something I don't understand very well. And until I really studied it and came to terms and realized, you know, it basically is it's a mental state. It's an unhealthy mental state, but that's exactly what it is. Like a psychosis or a sociopath or somebody with that, they just completely disregard what anybody thinks or feels, and they're on this planet and we have to deal with them and cope with them, but we don't let them affect us anymore, right? I mean, somebody could really, I say this all the time, come up and shout right in my face and say the most nasty, horrible things, and it might affect me for 1 second because I don't like people that close to me being aggressive, but it would not change what I think about myself one iota, because I know who I am and I'm very strong in that, and I know my life's purpose, and I know I am highly regarded, and I know that I am loved, so it wouldn't affect me. However, you ever have those moments where you're a little tired or you feel a little bit off, and it's like you just feel like, what in the world just happened? If I have a loss of sleep, I'm not I'm not as strong in my convictions and balance and confidence as I am if I am well rested. You know what I mean? When I'm well rested, watch out, nothing phases me whatsoever. But it is part of life that we have to face some strange things. But when you realize that you're divinely protected and guided, nothing is going to touch you. So the essence of the ancient ones is, they are shamans of old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. The ancient ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They're available to help us attain our full realization. That's one of the beauties of this. When we attain our full realization that we are limitless, that we have the power to do anything we want, that everything is available to us by one shift of mindset, saying our perspective is wow, we change our perspective. When we think something is hard, we go, why is it really hard? If somebody else is already a millionaire, somebody else has a whole team of horses, if somebody else has that, why should they be any different? They are a human entity on this earth, and we're all given equal opportunities. So we shift that perspective where everything is possible, right? And we start our dream board, and we start picturing it and all that, and we realize things start to flow towards us, and then it escalates more and more and more and more. Like, I must say, I think since I began this, and it's only been a couple months, I mean, I'm so surprised every time I flip on the channel and I've had another 1,000 subscribers every single day. I don't think a day has gone by where I haven't had a personal read or several personal reads, or people on my Instantgo or joining the Patreon page or helping and supporting me in some way. And Etsy, I laughed my ass off when I saw it the other day. It's up in viewership of people going to see the site over 4,000% in the last 3 months, and business has increased 2,500%. And I use the power of manifestation for that. I put my energy and my love into it, then I release it to the universe, because I know I put my blood, sweat, and tears, real, authentic hard work, desire, and love into these things. And then I just release it. I don't sweat it. I don't care. You know, I'm not like, I don't have to check on it that often. I just say, you know, please help this to thrive and do well, and so I can support my family. And it just does, because I have the belief in the ancient ones, and knowing that I can attain my full realization, right? They're inviting you to reach to the future to help birth the new destiny for the earth too. Find out what you're becoming 10,000 years from now. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings come to you, right? And they allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. I'm not the person I was a year ago. I'm not the person I was 6 months ago. I feel like I took quantum leaps. Like, especially with the gift that I received, and I knew I was clairaudient, I shut it away for so long because I thought, oh my gosh, I can't listen to all these people, because I always worked in large crowds of people, and listen to the people up there and all around me, because I'll go batty. And then you learn to sort of hone your craft, and you learn to call help to you when you need it from archangels. You learn to shut off the stream of information when it's not helpful to you. You learn to call and channel when you need it. It's all those things, just listening to your intuition. Going back to the high priestess, when you listen to yourself and your soul and your inner being, you get the answers you need. And it's sometimes shocking how quickly it comes. I shared with other groups of people one time when I had an alarming amount of people that I was helping all at once go into crisis mode. You know, I had people that were like feeling suicidal, people that were off their meds, people that were just doing everything all at once. And I got a series of emails, and it was like a flood tide. And I said, Melanie, you can let this overwhelm you, and you can take on all their emotional pain, because I'm also an empath, and drive yourself nuts, become weak and hurt. Or you can go, whoa, 24-hour time blocks for what this is going on. Right now, 1 hour at a time, do a person an hour, work through it, one person, 1 hour. Don't read all the case studies, because you'll go crazy. It will overwhelm you. So do one, find out what's wrong with them, where the imbalance is, how we can rectify the situation, all that. And I did it methodically, 1, 2, 3. But what I first did when I woke up is I asked my angels and guides, I said, please send me a message within the next 30 seconds in the form of birds. I was very precise. I said, please let me know I'm on the right path, and that this will not overwhelm me, and I can handle this, because it's my true calling. Boom, a swarm of these tiny gray birds started going around the car super fast, and then they flew away. I pulled over the car, this right after I dropped Hagen off at the bus stop, and I just started cry with relief, because I knew it was doable. I knew I had to do it in bite-sized pieces. If I took every case study at once of all these ailments and all these people freaking out at once, it would have swallowed me whole. So I said, hey, what you have to do is embrace the fact that this is happening, then release it and do it 1, 2, 3. You know, you've got to have playfulness with the brevity. It's very serious, some of these things. But if you don't keep a light heart and some playfulness and belief in with their fear, you know, you have to have clearance and gathering, right? You have to bring in the information, then release it and work through it. It's just one of those things where my guides help me through it, and they're going to help you too, right? This is beautiful. Now this is observing the silence. I love this card because this speaks of you don't have to always be in an active doing state. Sometimes, just say you walk into work and there's a group of people and everybody's yakking and talking and doing whatever. Observe the silence for a moment. Step back. Observe what's going on. What are the social interactions? Use your emotional intelligence. Who's happy in this crowd? Who's really connecting? Who's authentic? Who looks like they're about to jump off a cliff? Who looks like they're nervous or uncomfortable? All those things. Observe the silence. Like in your head, you can actually create a silent place to observe what's going on, so you can find your comfortable avenue of approach. I always do that. When I walk into work, I wouldn't have headphones on. I wouldn't be looking at my phone. What I would do is slow my steps, look around, read people's posture, their facial expressions, all those things, and just sort of get a general vibe of what's going on. That way you ease yourself into your workday, a social event, wherever you are. You know what I mean? You don't have to take some kind of flying dive into it. That way you feel calm and cool when you're in this situation. So let's see what's, oh my God. I can't tell you how many times the Lover and the Sun always comes up in this deck. This deck is crazy. If you guys are curious, I'm just going to hold it up because I've had so many people say they like the cards, and that way I don't have to go back in. This is the Mary L. Tarot. Ian got me this for my birthday, and they're beautiful, bright, vibrant cards. So yeah, this is a blessing from the universe saying whatever you want is available to you now. You know what I mean? Success in all your undertakings. I feel like you're going to be liberated from any old unsavory behaviors, overindulgences. You're going to have trips. You're going to go on new business opportunities, job offers. You're going to have help from a companion, new friendships. You're going to have great financial endeavors. You're going to have a release of any tiredness. You're going to have like new vitality. I feel like obstacles are just going to fall away. You're going to have a lot of like dynamic activity going on. That's all I can see, like blending activities, and it's very dynamic. A lot of growth, and you're going to have a lot of cool interests that you're in, because the Sun is all about passion and moving you forward and taking you out of your comfort zone and creating the best you. And that's what you're moving into. And guess what happens when that happens? You attract that twin flame and that soulmate like magic, because you are the flame that's attracting the moths when you're in this zone. It's like you're just burning away all that old all that fear and anxiety and that heaviness and pessimism. Any of that stuff is just going to blaze away. And guess what comes in now? You have this light release, and you have this beautiful, sincere closeness to people, strong, divine connections, and it's really, really beautiful. And let me make sure I got you that card too. Yes, you did get that card. So like I told the other group too, when this happens, guess what? Guess what happens? You have no more glitches and no more bitches, and you get your riches. Everybody is they're harmonizing with their true selves now. They just are. They're in that zone. You're in your lane. You have fortitude. You have just an inner strength now, and it's beautiful. And when we arrive at this spot, it is a kind of magic, and we're like, wow, how did we get here so fast? It's like you almost have like a lost point of reference, like where did I begin? And then take this quantum friggin' leap, and it'll feel like you even had just a little application. Then all of a sudden there's sensuality, love, passion, profound intimacy, and you're just there, and you're like, wow, because you weren't chasing it. That's the biggest aspect. You weren't chasing it. You were in receivership mode. You had your beautiful receptive energy out there. You were thankful for what you had. Your universe guide and the law of attraction did it for you and went, shoop, here you go. You're ready. And here, oop, there it is. Beautiful, you guys. I love it. So if you're new, welcome to the channel. And don't forget to press like and subscribe. Press it. And then also press the little bell so you know when the new notifications are up. And the little gray arrow on the bottom right of the screen has all my links so you can get your private reads, because I've had people today, they were asking me, oh Melanie, how do I get private reads? So a lot of people don't know. It's funny, a large percentage of people I read for are either other readers or people that have never had a read before. It's remarkable. And every single person I think I've read for 2 to 4 other times, because they're on these new, wonderful, higher perspectives. So they feel like, whoa, I need a new building block. I'm up here. This came in. It can be scary, because what happens when you get everything you know that you wanted and it comes in fast and it's still not everything, your mind starts to be creative and then goes, well, now let's do this. Let's try this. You almost get vertigo. And a fear can kind of creep in here and there going, I don't want to lose this. Now that I have this momentum, this love, this feeling, this confidence, I don't want to lose it. And I can provide you with those building blocks that help you when you get to those next levels. Because you ever just be, the rush of love comes in and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do without this. It's beautiful. Well, you don't have to do without it, okay? You don't. Look at you. Woo! I'm so excited for you. So that's you guys. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, there's something about this new year. This 2019 coming up is like... it is just going to be a whirlwind of magic here. So now we're on to you guys. You are the Jade group. Let's see what's going on. I like to lay these out and then go down the line. Now that the cat isn't around and bothering us. Oh, nice. Door to romance. Yeah, see, everybody's right on the precipice of these matches. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. I'm so happy. Whenever I see the star card, I instantly get so super happy when it's involving love, twin flames, because I feel like it is the wish card. And most of you, that's our biggest wish for ourselves and the other people we love, right? That they have love, that they have somebody so remarkable that respect them, that are authentic, that are lovely, that are loyal, that are just that big whoosh of adrenaline, and that we know our first, any of you guys have experienced that first rush of love with that person you saw, or when you first saw your soulmate, your twin flame, whomever, you're left breathless. You are left knocked off your friggin' feet. It's so incredible. You feel dizzy, you feel lightheaded, you feel euphoric, you feel like you want to run, you feel like you never want to move. It's so many emotions, it's bizarre. But anyway, let's get into what is going on. So door to romance, and then I'll do your tarot directly after this. I like to start with these to get the energy that the read is sort of evoking for you and setting the balance. I need the blue book though. It's so funny that the cats, I'm wondering what happened to Winter, because usually when I set up the altar, like she went nuts this morning when I was doing private reads. She couldn't sprawl over the stuff fast enough, so it's very weird. So new beginnings in love. Whether you're looking for a new relationship or just one more love in the relationship you're in, this door with an open heart opens onto new beginnings in your experience. A new love may be arriving and you are being brought together by a strong resonant connection. Again, yeah, these twin flames and these soulmates are coming, and you are resonating this vibration of receivership, that you're ready, right? You're harmonizing with your true self, your true authentic self, and you feel balanced and you feel that state of grace. Therefore, this door is opening. This relationship already exists in the energetic potential. So when the card appears in your spread, make sure you're projecting the kind of self-loving energy that you want to receive from others. You know what I mean? Don't beat yourself up. You want to follow I am with everything positive. I am beautiful. I am loving. I am worthy. I am a catch. I am gorgeous. I am just everything that makes you happy and vibration. Just love yourself. Love the essence of who you are. You're uniquely beautiful. We're all here. We're all this ball of magic energy. We're all spiritual beings just trying to be human, right? I mean, it's amazing, and you're on this sort of love quest, and it's coming to you. It's so wonderful. Be aware that the universe returns your self-caring treatment to you. Are you ready to open the door? Because it is beautiful, you guys. Yeah, when you're loving yourself and you're beaming and you know that you're deserving, guess who else knows? The universe and your twin flame and your soulmate, and they put on their roller skates and they're coming right at you. So the star says, look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. So you set the groundwork, and I feel like a few of you have experienced what you find, the heartache of it yet to come. You know what I mean? Like, where is it? Where is it? But when we do that and we panic, we push it away. The star card will bring in the release of that, the urgency, the pain of that, of thinking it's not coming, and it'll give you a peace of mind. Because once you reach that peace of mind, that calm, and you accept it's coming, guess what? It comes. Because it's all about the harmony of the new love, right? And I feel also the falling in love, the marriages, the love affairs, the pleasing of all your senses, the friendships, the family, protection, all of those things are all just going to wrap you in this lovely embrace, and you're going to just feel so connected to source and love, and you know, you'll just be buzzing. You'll be electric. I already feel like your magnetism is just already going off the charts, because the more you believe, the more you receive. I know it sounds crazy. It just is the way it is. So the essence of this is the vision quest is you face your fear, you embrace your morality, Then you meet face to face with spirit. I'm sorry, mortality. Then you meet face to face with spirit. When we feel stagnant, a vision quest brings our lives into perspective. We realize our flaws, our potential, and our opportunities life that is now offering us. We remain on a vision quest until we find the key to open a new door or write down a new chapter in our lives. And I like that they have writing in there, because that's how I go on my vision quest. I actually do, I just do blind writing. So I get a notepad and I put this big fireplace screen on my, the front of my TV, and I just write, and these words come up, and all these things. Like this morning I was writing brevity, playfulness, embrace, release, accept, disregard, fear, beliefs, cleansing, liberation, conflict, resolution, all those things. And a lot of people feel, they always feel this imminent or like impending doom because they start to place fear in it, like, oh, what if it goes by me? No, it's not going to. And that's how the vision quest helps you, because it lets you know everything that is meant for you is going to come directly to you. It will not pass you by. Source, your guides, your angels will not let that happen. It's coming to you. It's all about your frequency, your vibration, and your availability to this loving energy, right? That's all that is. So find clarity in spending time alone in nature. If you live in a city, go for a walk in the park. If you live in the country, make sure you spend time outside in contemplation, okay? Get away from your desk, devices, all of those things. Spirit helps those who help themselves. So set your intention and ask for some guiding quests out into nature so you can have a vision in your life. I received some, hold on, I need a sip of water. I'm so excited that I'm losing my mind here, because I feel like everybody is on this precipice right now where they're just like, they're going to take this leap of faith and they're going to be so happy they did, because it's just going to usher in their love. This is part of that process. Letting go of the old. When we hang on to past regrets, past hurts, past insecurities, what happens? It's like baggage, right? Our suitcase and our cup is already full. What happens with a full suitcase and a full cup? We cannot fit anymore. We can't put in fresh love. We can't put in a fresh perspective because it's full. So we have to let go and release. Emotions and memories, especially if they're on the lower vibration, angst, jealousy, any of those things. It's like real life clutter in our homes. It's like hoarding. When you hoard emotions, you don't have a clear, clean, fresh slate to work from. You're not beginning each day fresh, going, wow, what does the world have to offer me? What's going to happen today? The excitement, right? No, you're drudged down by all these heavy things, so you have to release them. Ask your angel, say Archangel Michael, Uriel, Ezekiel, whoever you want, please help me release all my old hurts and pains, because I don't want to be bogged down any longer. I want to release them. I want to be light, free, and ready to receive. I want to embrace new ideas, new love. I want to evolve. I want playfulness. I want liberation of any of this heaviness, right? I don't want imminent friggin' doom. I want imminent love, and that's what's coming your way. So let's see what's going on. Yes, look at this, and you're placing yourself here, which is beautiful. That's the perfect Queen of Wands, a queen of fire and passion. You are completely ready for it. Look at that. I'm going to pull one more because I just wanted to clarify on. I love that. And King of Disc, and your man is coming in. Oh my God, the man with the crazy wiener. Oh my God, I remember when I read that the other day, like, what is that Peter wiener down there? And it's funny because she's looking a little strange herself. She looks like she would eat you alive, right? So anyway, this beautiful balance and of yin and yang, you know what I mean? Your masculine with your feminine, your receptiveness, your passion, you're ready. And who doesn't? And I want to put this very important fact out there. When we first meet our loves and our twin flames and our soulmates, because they're all coming in, one of the most important things to do is not to lose yourself and immerse yourself so deeply in the relationship that you lose the parts that they fell in love with, right? Your independence, your hobbies, your friends, your outside things that you then bring into the relationship and to enrich it, right? And that way they don't feel solely responsible for your happiness, your hobbies, your joys, everything. It's too heavy a weight to place on somebody in a new relationship, right? Don't be so available all the time. People like someone who has a sense of independence, a sense of friendship, outside stuff, right? Absolutely. I mean, you want to be on your own funny little path, and then, you know, you just invite them in, and then they're part, you're all circulating in the same realm. But we don't want to lose ourselves, right? Because when we do that, it starts to smother the embers, right? And the Queen of Wands is all about passion, hot passion, but then pulling away and doing your own thing, right? It's a beautiful mix. That's amazing, you guys. That is some wonderful, wonderful energy. I just wanted to share this tiny last little bit because I love these so much. So, dearest you, this is the funny little postcards, and I love them. Isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again full circle in ways you could not possibly have planned? You wonder how a dream could die only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. And I always feel like the small self is the ego going, meet my desires, gimme, 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 right? Now, now, now. Nothing's ever enough. Go, go, go. And again, we are exiting any ego realms, right? We don't want that anymore. It just always wants more. It's an attention-seeking nightmare that is never happy. So we have to release the ego's voice and bring in the soul's voice, okay? So now here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. We want to trust in this new opportunity for rebirth, that you will be called in two directions, and the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. The unknown spaces, the uncharted places, the infinite potential. We are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. That's one of the biggest things. We need to remain in the present, because when we do that, we see all the beautiful opportunities. We see all the lovely little sincere moments that people are providing for us, right? Beautiful. I love that. Oh, that is really beautiful. So again, you guys, that's amazing. And just hang in there, because it's right there. Beautiful. So love and light to you guys. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and also the notification bell so you can know when all the new videos come in. If you press the little gray arrow that's down in the bottom, all my links will come up for private reads, for my Patreon page. Go check that out. It's a lot of fun. Thank you guys who are donating and helping keep the channel going and keeping me in my fancy cards. I really love them all. I love you guys. You're so beautiful. You Patreon people, you really are. You are lovely, and I get to talk to you all the time. I'm so happy. Anything. I have an Etsy page as well that has a lot of fun jewelry, Christmas jewelry, all the rings you always see, just fun stuff. And I do a lot of rituals for them before I send them out. I cleanse them, I bless them, I sage them, and they're in a very harmonious, fun environment. So I feel like everything gives off an energy, you know, of course, something that comes from deep within the earth. All these crystals, they resonate in energy, right? And I do feel like they have a ton of healing properties as well. So like I said to every other group, no glitches or bitches are going to stop your riches. So you guys are good to go, and you just get out there and get everything, because it's on its way. Woo! I'm excited, you guys. Awesome.